Be me, Laurel, 27, married to Douglas, 5 years in, feels like 50 sometimes. Douglas is an oil rig supervisor, spends a month offshore, a month at home. He calls it his monastic cycle. Douglas is the kind of guy who reads Marcus Aurelius quotes on Instagram but refuses to wash a dish because it disrupts his flow state. We have been trying for a baby for almost the entire marriage. Ovulation strips strictly arranged on the bathroom counter like a science experiment. Basal body temperature charts taped to the vanity mirror. I know my cervical mucus consistency better than I know my own social security number. It's exhausting. It's humiliating. Every month, the period comes. Every month I cry in the shower so Douglas doesn't hear. Douglas doesn't like negative vibrations in the house. He says stress releases cortisol, and cortisol is nature's contraceptive. So if I'm sad about not getting pregnant, it's my fault I'm not pregnant. Circular logic that makes me want to scream into a pillow. Douglas is the unreasonable character in this story. He is a weaponized therapy speak generator. If I ask him to take out the trash, he says I am projecting my need for control onto his autonomy. If I ask him why he's late, he says he was honoring his temporal boundaries. I love him though, or I think I do. He was my first everything. Met him when I was 22, fresh out of college, drowning in debt. He was stable, older, had a house, had a retirement plan, seemed like an adult when I felt like a child. Now I'm 27 and I just feel like his employee. Tuesday night. Big fight. The rig helicopter leaves tomorrow at 6 a.m. I brought up fertility testing again. Just a sperm analysis. Literally the easiest medical test on earth for a man. You just go in a cup, Douglas. Douglas is pacing the kitchen, holding a mug of herbal tea with both hands like a sage. Laurel, we have discussed this. I am biologically prime. I eat clean. I meditate. My seed is strong. Your insistence on medical intervention is a lack of faith. It's the universe telling us you aren't spiritually ready to host life. I slam a casserole dish on the counter. Leftover tuna helper. Domestic glamour. I've been ready for 5 years, Douglas. Maybe your swimmers are lazy. He stops pacing. Looks at me with that pitying, condescending smile. Your anger is a toxin, Laurel. I'm going to go pack. I need to protect my energy before the flight. He leaves the room. Doesn't help clean up dinner. Doesn't hug me. Leaves the next morning while I'm still pretending to sleep. Usually we FaceTime every night he's gone. Not this time. I'm too angry. He texts me on day 3, holding space for your healing. Let me know when you've centered yourself. I leave it on read. Week goes by. House is too quiet. Refrigerator hum sounds like a jet engine. I find his socks tucked into the couch cushions. His beard trimmings in the sink, ghosts of his laziness. I need out. Call up my sister Tori. Tori is 25, works in PAR, takes 0 prisoners. Get dressed. We're going to the Rusty Anchor. Tori. I'm married and sad. Exactly. You're going to drink cheap beer and complain about Douglas until you lose your voice. Put on the jeans that make your ass look illegal. I put on the jeans. Grab my leather jacket. Smell of stale smoke and rain in the air. Drive to the Anchor. It's a dive bar. Sticky floors, neon Miller light signs, jukebox playing nothing but 80s rock. Tori is already there. Ordered a pitcher. State of the Union? She asks. Hostile, I say. He still won't jizz in a cup? Says it's against God's will. Tori snorts. Douglas thinks God is just a version of himself with a better beard. Drink, we smoke. I picked up smoking again 2 years ago. Douglas hates it, says it clouds the aura. I say it keeps me from committing felonies. Hour 3. Tori gets a call from her boyfriend. Some crisis involving a cat and a ceiling fan. She has to bolt. You okay to drive? I'm fine. I'll finish the smoke and Uber. Tori leaves. I'm alone at the bar, staring at the condensation on my glass. Guy sits 2 stools down. Looks normal. 30s. Flannel shirt, work boots, tired eyes. Not Douglas. Definitely not Douglas. Bartender slides him a beer. She didn't show? Bartender asks. Guy shakes his head. Nope, 2 hours late. I think it's a no-go. Bartender shrubs, walks away. I look at the guy. Dating apps? I ask. He laughs. Sound is gravelly and nice. Yeah, Tinder. Supposed to be spontaneous and fun. Feeling neither. I'm Laurel. Cole, we talk. It's easy. Shockingly easy. No therapy speak. No lectures on spiritual alignment. Just talking about work, trucks, bad movies, the humidity. He's an electrician. Talks about wiring like it's art. I tell him I work in logistics. He actually listens. Doesn't interrupt to correct my perspective. We move outside to the patio. I light a cigarette. He grimaces slightly but stays close. Bad habit, I say. We all got 'em, he says. Sky opens up. Massive Texas thunderstorm. Rain coming down in sheets. Temperature drops 10 degrees in 5 seconds. Everyone else runs inside. We stay under the awning. Wind whips the rain sideways. We're getting soaked. I love this, Cole says, looking out at the parking lot turning into a river. The smell. Ozone in wet asphalt. Best smell on earth. I look at him. Water dripping off his nose, hair plastered to his forehead. He looks real. Solid. Douglas feels like a ghost or a concept. Cole is just a man standing in the rain. I step closer. Yeah, I say. Thunder cracks right overhead. Boom rattling my rib cage. Adrenaline spike. Alcohol buzzing in my blood. Weeks of Douglas's rejection sitting in my stomach like lead. I just want to be held. I want to feel like a person, not an incubator failing at its job. I lean in. He wraps an arm around me. Protective. Warm. We stand there for a minute. Just breathing. He knows I'm married. Saw the ring. Hasn't made a move. He's respectful, which makes me want him more. My brain disconnects. Logic center. Offline. Primal hindbrain. Engage. I put my hand on his chest. Feel his heart beating. Fast. He's nervous. Cute. I press against him. Hand slides down to his belt. He creates a noise deep in his throat. Surprised. Laurel? Don't talk, I whisper. Just. Don't talk. We stumble backward into the shadows of the building. Brick wall against my back. Rough. Cold rain. Hot skin. It's clumsy and desperate. Fumbling with zippers. Hands slick with rain. He's heavy against me. Grounding. We don't even make it to a car or a room. Right there in the alley behind the dumpster and the grease trap. Classy. Don't care. It's frantic. Animalistic. Thunder covers the noise. Lightning flashes. Strobe light sex. He's not doing any tantric breathing. He's just there. Present. Holding on to me like I'm the only solid thing in the world. I climax so hard I see stars. Legs shaking. He finishes seconds later. Groans against my neck. We stand there. Panting. Rain slowing down. Reality crashing back in. Door opens down the alley. Kitchen staff coming out for a smoke. We scramble apart. Fixing clothes. Zipping jeans. My hair's a rat's nest. Mascara probably halfway down my face. He looks at me, eyes wide. My place is 2 blocks away, he says. Dry clothes. Coffee. I should go home. I should call an Uber. I nod. Okay. Walk to his apartment. Barely speak. Get inside. It's a bachelor pad but clean, minimal furniture. Smells like cedar and Old Spice. We shower. Sex in the shower. Sex in the bed. Sex on the floor. 4 times. My body feels wrecked in the best way. Bruises forming on my hips. Hickey on my neck. I'll have to hide. Morning comes. Sunlight hitting the dusty blinds. Awkwardness settles in. The post-nut clarity hit. I'm married. I just cheated. I just nuked my vows. We eat toast in the kitchen, silent. He knows it's over. I know it's over. I should go, I say. Yeah, he says. He hands me my jacket, dried but stiff. Be careful, Laurel. You too, Cole. I walk out, get into my car. Realize I never got his number. Never got his last name. Just Cole the electrician. Drive home. Cry the whole way. Shower for an hour. Scrub my skin raw. Hide the clothes in the back of the closet. Douglas comes home 2 days later. I'm a wreck of anxiety. He walks in with his duffel bag. Looks tan and rested. Greetings, goddess, he says. Tries to hug me. I flinch. He laughs. Still holding on to that anger? I brought you some ethically sourced crystals from a shop near the helipad. He doesn't notice the bruises, doesn't notice the hickey covered by concealer, doesn't notice the vibe shift. He's so wrapped up in his own narrative he can't see me. That night, he initiates sex, missionary. Lights off, efficient. I stare at the ceiling fan spinning, wobbling slightly on its axis. Count the rotations. 1, 2, 3. Fake the noise he likes. He finishes, rolls over. Good connection tonight, babe. Felt very aligned. Asleep in 2 minutes. I go to the bathroom and vomit. 6 weeks later. Feeling weird. Coffee smells like gasoline. Boobs hurt. Tired constantly. Tori comes over. Brings a bag from Target. Pee on the stick, Laurel. It's just stress. Pee on the damn stick. I go into the bathroom. Douglas is at a mindfulness retreat for the weekend. Thank God. Do the deed. Wait 3 minutes. Longest 3 minutes of my life. Staring at the tile grout. Needs cleaning. Timer dings. 2 lines. Dark red. Pregnant. World tilts on its axis. I stumble out. Show Tori. She screams. Hugs me. Finally. Holy shit, Laurel. Douglas is going to lose his mind. My stomach drops. Ice cold dread. The math. I do the math in my head. Date of conception. 6 weeks ago. Douglas was offshore. Douglas was gone. It's Coles. It's 100% Coles. I collapse onto the kitchen floor. Tori is confused. What is it? It's not Douglas's. Tori goes silent. Oh, Laurel. We sit on the floor, leaning against the dishwasher. What are you going to do? I don't know. Douglas comes home Sunday. I'm a zombie. Haven't slept. Haven't eaten. He walks in. Glowing. Amazing retreat. Really broke through some ancestral trauma. Sees my face. You look blocked. Heavy energy. I can't do this. I can't lie for the rest of my life. I hand him the test. He stares at it. Face lights up. Genuine joy. For a second, he looks human. Laurel, we did it. I told you. Manifestation works. He tries to pick me up. I step back. Tears streaming down my face. Douglas, sit down. What? Why are you crying? This is a blessing. Douglas, look at the date. He's confused. What? I'm 6 weeks along. He frowns. Calculating. 6 weeks. I was on the rig. Silence. Heavy, suffocating silence. The air leaves the room. His face changes. The Zen mask drops. Ugly, raw anger underneath. Who? It doesn't matter. Who? Laurel. A guy. One night. When you were gone. When we fought. He stands up. Throws the pregnancy test across the room. Hits the wall. Plastic shatters. You whore. You ungrateful, spiritual void of a woman. He's screaming now. Spittle flying. I provide for you. I guide you. I try to elevate you. I'm crying. I'm sorry, Douglas. I'm so sorry. We were trying for so long and I just... He stops. Laughs. A cold, cruel sound. Trying? We weren't trying. I look up. What? We weren't trying, Laurel. You were trying. He walks to the drawer where he keeps his important papers, rummages around, throws a file folder on the table, slides across the wood, hits my hand. Open it. I open it. Medical records. Urologist report. Dated 2008. Vasectomy. Successful. 0 sperm count. Verified. I read it twice. Word swimming. You're sterile? He crosses his arms. Smug now. Superior again. I decided a long time ago. I didn't want to bring children into this dying world. It's irresponsible. But we've been trying for 5 years. I allowed you to go through the process. I thought you'd eventually realize that your desire for a child was just an ego attachment you needed to shed. I stare at him. My brain cannot process this level of narcissism. You watched me cry every month. You watched me track my temperature. You watched me hate my own body because I thought I was broken. And you knew? He shrugs. It was a lesson, Laurel. Pain is a teacher. Something snaps in me. The sadness evaporates, replaced by pure, white-hot rage, nuclear heat. I stand up, wipe my face, get out. Excuse me, this is my house. Get out. He laughs. Or what? You're the cheater. You're the one carrying some bastard's spawn. You have no moral high ground here. I grab my phone. Tori, come get me. Bring Dad. Douglas pales. My dad is a retired union welder who thinks Douglas is a soft-handed, pseudo-intellectual jackass. Dad has been waiting for an excuse. 2 hours later. My stuff is in garbage bags. Dad is standing in the driveway staring Douglas down. Douglas is inside, meditating to handle the conflict. I leave, move into Tori's spare room, sleep on a futon, surrounded by boxes of my life, clothes, books, the slow cooker I bought, smell of Tori's cat litter and vanilla candles. Next morning. Lawyer time. Friend of Dad's. Scary woman named Karen, the good kind. Power suit. Eats nails for breakfast. I tell her everything. The cheating, the pregnancy, the vasectomy. She listens, takes notes on a yellow legal pad, stops writing when I get to the vasectomy part. Looks up over her glasses. He let you try for 5 years knowing he was sterile? Yes. And he hid the medical records? Yes. And he encouraged you to pray and meditate to fix your infertility? Yes. Karen smiles. It is a shark smile. Honey, in this state, that's fraud. That's reproductive coercion by omission. That is emotional damages out the wazoo. But I cheated. Doesn't matter. The marriage was based on a fundamental lie from the start. The contract is void. The infidelity is a symptom of the fraud, not the cause of the breakdown. She leans back. We are going to ruin him. The next 6 months are a blur of paperwork. Affidavits, depositions. Douglas fires 3 lawyers, represents himself for a while, submits legal briefs written in Comic Sans, quotes Rumi in his defense statement. Judge is not amused. Judge is a 60-year-old woman with 0 patience for spiritual bypassing. Meanwhile, pregnancy progresses. Morning sickness is hell. Eating saltines and ginger ale at my desk at work. Work is weird. Hey, our meeting. So, Laurel, about your maternity leave. Everyone whispers. Scandalous. I don't care. I have bigger problems. Douglas's mom calls me. Fran, unreasonable character number 2, leaves voicemails at 2 a.m. Laurel, you have broken my son's heart. He is a light worker and you are a dark cloud. Also, can I have the casserole dish back? The blue one. I smashed the blue casserole dish in the driveway. Sent her a picture of the shards. Petty. Felt good. Court date. Douglas shows up wearing a linen tunic. I'm wearing a maternity dress and a blazer. I look like a planet. Douglas tries to address the court about natural law. Judge cuts him off. Mr. Smith, did you or did you not conceal a vasectomy from your wife while actively purporting to try for a child? I was protecting her spiritual path. Yes or no? Yes. Gavel bangs. It's a slaughter. I get the settlement. I get a chunk of his retirement. I get emotional damages, pain and suffering. Technically, I'm rich. Or at least debt-free and comfortable rich. Not buy a yacht rich, but pay for college and daycare rich. Douglas moves to Costa Rica to run a wellness retreat. Good riddance. Baby is born. Girl, Nora. She has dark hair, blue eyes, Cole's eyes. I hold her in the hospital bed. Tori is there. Mom and Dad are there. Room is full of flowers and balloons. But there's a gap. A Cole-shaped hole. I think about him constantly. Wonder if he thinks about me. Probably not. Probably thinks I'm just some crazy married chick who used him. Which is true, technically. I go home. New apartment. Just me and Nora. Place is a mess of diapers, bottles, onesies. Smells like baby powder and spit up, and loneliness. Sometimes I sit on the balcony at night, smoke a cigarette shamefully. After breastfeeding is done, Watch the storms roll in. Texas spring. Rain smells like ozone and wet asphalt. Trigger warning for my heart. Nora starts walking. Life settles. I'm a single mom. I'm tired, but I'm free. No more ovulation kits. No more Marcus Aurelius quotes. No more walking on eggshells. One Tuesday. Raining hard. I'm at the grocery store. Wrestling Nora into the cart. She's screaming because I won't let her eat a raw potato. I'm soaked. Hair frizzy. Wearing sweatpants. Look like trash. Load the groceries into the trunk. Cart rolls away because I forgot the brake. Chase the cart. Bump into a truck. Silver F-150. Electrician company logo on the side. Heart stops. Door opens. Work boots hit the pavement. Flannel shirt. He looks older. Tired. Sees me. Sees the cart. Sees the screaming toddler. Laurel? Rain creates a curtain around us. I freeze. Cole. He looks at Nora. Looks at me. Does the math. Eyes go wide. Is she? I stand there. Rain soaking my shirt. Grocery bags getting wet. Keys in my hand digging into my palm. Moment of truth. Could lie. Could run. Could say no. Back with Douglas. Everything's great. I look at him. He's not running away. He's standing in the rain, waiting. I take a breath. Tastes like ozone. She likes storms, I say. He smiles, slow, real. I like storms too. Nora stops crying, looks at him. He takes a step forward. Need help with those bags? I unlock the car. Yeah, I do. Rain keeps falling. But I'm not drowning anymore, just wet. Life is messy. People are messy. But sometimes, just sometimes, the mess is where the good stuff is.